Hey, everybody. Greetings. I know we have Cops and Robbers tomorrow at, at 8. But today we're doing a special segment here about police tactics and trainings. Normally we watch videos about, police videos where we criticize all the perps. Today we're going to look at police tactics and we're going to criticize the police officers. And tonight we have two special guests here. We got Stiggs and we have Jerry. Jerry is a world-renowned known expert at the NYPD range. He's traveled all over the country speaking about it. Just came back from Spain, and one of the reasons why he won't be here tomorrow, that's why we can't have him on the show tomorrow. So we're going to talk about this today. So everybody realizes that it takes about 6 months, to graduate the NYPD Academy. And how many weeks do they have, in the range actually training, Jerry?
I think it's just, well, from what I remember, is 1 week, usually. Now, when I first got on, if you first start doing the paperwork, you get all the paperwork, your books and everything like that for law, social science, and police science. The following week, I went to the range to qualify. When they show tactics, shooting. I think it was, back then it was, I think, 70 to pass. I think it's a lot more now. Back then, though, I came on with revolvers. It wasn't 9mm then.
Right. But how was it with you, Stiggs, and how long was the training in New Rochelle?
We all go to the county police academy up in Westchester County, so it was 20 weeks, and then we do about a week at the range. It's nothing crazy.
It's amazing it's only a week long. It should be actually a lot longer than that. And one of the big things with the NYPD is, I don't know how,
just a tiny bit.
It's only 70 out of 100 that you have to pass.
Yeah.
It should be a lot higher than that. Could you put us all four up there so we could all see each other?
Sounds good.
And it's only from the 25-yard, 15-yard, and the 7-yard.
Correct.
And you only fire 5 rounds from the 25-yard.
Do we look like a before and after? like if somebody put me in a dehydrator, I miss it.
Kinda. But the only thing you really have to pass in the range is you go there for a week, and they're basically not teaching you how to shoot. They're teaching you how to pass the exam. How many people failed that when you worked at the range? And
something, if they did fail, they'd give them plenty of opportunities to pass later on.
Did they hold the gun for them?
Hold a gun to them.
Did they get behind him and say, all right, hold the gun like this and shoot?
Well,
they would nuzzle their neck.
I've done it. There's
put
been
your
times
tongue in their ear.
Something, not to sound bad. I don't know,
Well, please, sound bad.
Yeah.
This is what we like.
Females, and I hate to say it.
Yes. No.
I had one female one time, and I said to her, how in the hell are you going to shoot? Because she had nails about this long. How are you going to pull a trigger with that?
Was her name LaShonda?
Shanae, I remember that.
Yeah, I had so many like that.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
And hello, I am Gavin McInnes.
Together, we're Compound Censored.
And we'd like you to subscribe to our network that has more fantastic content you could shake a stick at. Use this promo code for a one-time super offer.
Do it. It's uncensored and oh so entertaining.
I had others that, I actually told them, listen to me. I'm going to do whatever I can to help you pass. And you actually saw them exhale. They got so scared because they're all house mice, that they stay inside. They don't want to shoot.
Is that the ones going every year to requalify? Or
you got to qualify twice a year. Well, with the revolver, it was summer cycle.
It's the same thing with the 9mm.
Right. And then you had the dim light shooting. That was the winter cycle with the revolvers. 9mm, it was twice a year without the dim light.
Right.
That's why a lot of these indoor ranges, they closed them down permanently because they're not allowed to take the 9mm rounds.
We're gonna get, we're gonna get into some videos now, but just to let everybody out there know, when there is an NYPD shooting, everything gets reviewed by the NYPD at the range. Correct?
Yes, absolutely.
They will take that and they will pick that apart. And one shooting that I remember was on 198th Street between the Grand Concourse and Jerome. An off-duty transit cop was going into his building and he walked into the vestibule there, and he realized he was about to get mugged. You know, Tyrone and Shanae was right behind him.
Right.
And he took out his off-duty 38, which was a Smith & Wesson, and he put it between his clothes. And when they announced the stick-up, he spun around and he started shooting. And they took that scenario, and they did it at the range, and the 9mm didn't work.
When you say it was it in like a stack of clothes, or was he holding like a thing and shot through the fucking?
It was in. He had dry cleaners on him, and he put it between the dry cleaners, and for some reason the 9mm wouldn't. It
Yeah,
jammed.
but didn't you say before was it 38 off duty that he used?
Yeah, that worked. But when they took that scenario and brought it to the range, and they used the 9mm.
Was it a big stack of clothes because the slide probably couldn't rack back? What I mean,
That's the obviously the slide couldn't go
That
back.
could have been the reason. It could have been the ammo. Maybe the gun was dirty. I hate to say this with police officers. A lot of them are lazy. They don't
No.
want to
The
clean guns.
38 worked at the day of the shooting. They went to the NYPD, went to the range, and that was one of the reasons they held up switching over from the revolver to the range,
Right.
to the 9mm. And also transit, when Bratton came in, they were the first ones
Yes, to get the nines. Right.
to get the 9mm.
gloves. Right.
We didn't get it till fucking 5 years later.
Right.
And it was, you know, you deal, but then again, you're also dealing with a lot of retards here. But let's go to video one. This is an incident here. We're going to just review this. This is an officer grabbing a gun, gets his gun grabbed at a station house. We're going to find out what he did wrong.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down and make sure.
Okay, sit down.
You're gonna make sure.
Okay, sit down.
Alright.
I'll get the gun out. You sit down.
I wanna sit down.
Okay, stay seated.
Sit on my seat.
Okay, good job. Thanks for sitting.
So they're obviously in a station house. That cop looks like he's a big fucking guy. The perp looks like a schmuck, but he's not really controlling him. But we'll see what happens.
Stay down. Okay. Stay seated. All right. You don't want to fight with me. You definitely don't want to fight with this guy.
oh,
Just sit
I
your
saw
ass-
this one. If you want to stop this real quick, these guys. First off, he's got a taser. He's got weapons in there. You don't take any of that shit in when you're dealing with prisoners.
That's the first thing I was going to say. When you take a prisoner into the station house, you might bring him to the desk, and then once that happens, you basically take your gun belt off, and it gets locked up.
What we do is before we take him out of the car. That's because we're in Rochelle. We're a much more professional department than NYPD. All right, we get out. We have secure lockers in the Sally Port. We secure our guns before we take them out. You know, we would carry our tasers like that, but when you bring guys up to the jail, you have to take your whole belt off. You can't take anything. There's no weapons at all. But that's the first. I don't know where the fuck this is, what bumblefuck place this is, where they're doing that.
No,
But-
what I think's happening here is this is a laid back. This guy's a big guy. He's very laid back. He thinks the perp can't. You know, it's the skinny guys you got to worry about. These little meat guys. They're the ones that could fucking. They'll fuck you up. And as we move forward with this video, we will see.
And stay. Okay.
You're not letting me go.
No, we're not letting you go.
For what?
We told you it'll still be a few minutes before you can go anywhere.
For what?
Before we go to jail. Tell you what, give me your shoe.
No.
Yeah.
I'm giving you my shoe. Give me my shoe.
I got it.
Okay, fuck, he's got my gun! He's got my gun!
How does this happen? There's two fucking grown fucking men in there with a little fucking
They're
Chicano.
completely fucking complacent. He's a
That's
drunk
it.
fucking retard, and they're acting super complacent. And they didn't date it and lock their guns up.
Now, you
That's
were-
rule number one.
You were a sergeant. What would you say in a situation like this? Like,
Oh, they would both get fucking jammed up. They'd be lucky, and no bullshit. Not even trying to be a fucking dick. They might lose their jobs over that. Because this never. Listen, the guy tried to take his gun. If that happens on the street, it's one thing. If it happens in the fucking station house, you're negligent. You're not following your department policies, and now they're gonna fucking keep going. But now they pop someone
yeah,
because you're fucking negligent and lazy.
it's hard to get good help.
You're back, my friend! Let go! Let go! Fuck! Don't grab the gun!
Charlie 41, shots fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
And I would punch that guy in his face if he didn't shoot me in the fucking leg and get me 3/4.
You good? We need medical. Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck.
That's our medical at the intox.
I can help.
But anyway, this shooting here, that guy's going to get charged for doing that. But this is all officers. Like, if it went to trial, every cop broke every fucking procedure going.
Well, they broke departmental procedures. They didn't break criminal law procedures.
Right.
So they're fine criminally. Trying to take a gun, in my opinion, a lot of opinions, is a deadly physical force encounter. It happened here in New Rochelle, where I worked. But they violated a million fucking departmental regulations, and most, when the DOJ. So this is a prisoner. He's a prisoner at this time. A prisoner gets killed or kills himself or something happens like this. It's not investigated by fucking us. It's investigated by the DOJ. They call up Albany and they send investigators down to deal with it. That's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, so they definitely get in trouble. But one of the big things now that we have with the NYPD is like 2009. We have fucking a detective. They were all police officers. They got possibly promoted after they died. 2009, we have fucking 2024. We have fucking two. But
Wasn't that the two from the 3-2? The family dispute?
No, these were cops shot by other police officers.
Oh, friendly fire. Blue on blue.
Friendly fire. And, this was at a Mobile station. Fucking Mobile 1 station out there in Queens. This guy, Simmons, Brian, he fucking realizes they go in there with the fucking sergeant. They try to, control this guy. We don't have video on this. And I wonder why it wasn't released, because it's the NYPD. So, sergeant is driving. The sergeant has an operator, right? You guys drove solo up in New Rochelle. In
Yes.
New York City, the sergeant has an operator, because the sergeant's always scratching everybody's books, fucking telling people what to do. So there's 4 cars that go there. There's sergeant, operator, 2 other cops. They go in there, and this is in 2019. This cop gets killed, and the family still doesn't know who killed that cop. It was definitely friendly fire. What do you think about that, Jerry? Do you think that
tactics.
No, but what do you think the NYPD is fucking? They fucking are they going to say the bullet is that fucked up? They can't figure out whose gun it came from.
Oh, they can find out. Definitely, they can find out whose gun it is.
Well, if you look at that case, it was never fucking solved. And then you got another guy, a transit guy. He's doing a fare evasion, and he's fucking, what do you call it? A guy carrying a knife. He gets into a tussle with him. He winds up shooting fucking, what do you call it? Another cop in a fare,
and where is this at? This is in New York?
This was on 2024. They're very, sensitive issues when a cop shoots another cop and kills him. Like, that's very, but I don't know why the department, they let them stay on the job.
Well, an accident's an accident. I mean,
But it doesn't make a difference.
But if you drive a car and you crash and kill somebody, it's an accident. I mean, unless you're being utterly fucking reckless.
I may be wrong on this one, but it's hard enough now. They can't find anyone to take the police test anymore that wants to be a cop in New York City. They're all afraid to do anything. They're second-guessing themselves. That's why a lot of them are getting hurt and killed, because they're second-guessing themselves. The time it takes, because everybody has a camera now, everybody has a phone to see what you're doing, that if there's a mistake, now they got you. You're actually watching it now on Facebook and on YouTube, how they're treating police officers now bad enough, that they're laughing at them, joking with them, and the cops are afraid to do anything. You saw the thing, what was it, a few years ago with the water, throwing water on police officers? And they're afraid to do anything. They're on probation.
Do you know what they would have? My old man was in the 90s. You guys were dinosaurs. But what would have happened in 1986 if that happened?
First of all, they probably wouldn't have done that.
Of course, but imagine let's just hypothetically speaking,
what
they
did to us was they'd throw airmail at us.
Yes, but
they would go up on the fucking roof.
Yeah, that was anonymous. But imagine they try to humiliate you in fucking uniform, throwing water on you. I hear my old man would tell me fucking stories. They would park fucking cars on the end of the block and just walk down and beat the balls off of everybody on the fucking street when they pulled dog shit like that. Like that. I mean, granted, that was in the fucking.
Yeah, but those
60s.
are young kids, though. I know what you're saying. Definitely, they would. It wouldn't go unnoticed. You would. You work in that precinct. You know who they fucking are. You could catch them another fucking day. Catch them at the fucking park.
This is humiliation.
And then the other problem is they videotape it. And they only videotape what they want you to see. They don't show what happened prior to that, why the police officer is acting the way he's acting. They don't show that part. Don't get me wrong. Every line of work you have idiots.
Well, what they do is they edit it. I remember
Correct.
when I was at an Al Sharpton protest. He was marching up the fucking street, and we were holding the crowd back. We were right by the barrier. And one smart sergeant said, take 2 feet, step 2 feet back from the barrier. I was like, why? He goes, what's going to happen is somebody's going to come and stamp on your fucking foot. And then your first reaction is to fucking throw a punch at them.
Right.
And he was a smart guy. He's had more experience. That's what they do. They just see the fucking reaction. And that's the problem.
Yeah, it's a stamping on your feet or even spitting in your face now. They do it now.
But in regards to this, we have video number 2 is a female. It would be on female cops, but put up female 2. We'll see what this officer did.
Police department, for those in the trailer, you need to come out with your hands free and clear. What? Let me see your hands. Do not move anywhere. Force will be used against you.
You want to fuck around?
You're
Go taser.
40. Do not come near us.
Ow, fuck!
Look at this fucking cunt.
Ow, fuck! Ah! Ah! Fuck me!
She shot him?
Yeah, she shot him. They're fucking.
Why would you shoot if you have police officers right in front of you?
She deserves to get fired.
Well, yes, and something like that. Like, I get it. If you're wrestling with a guy and the fucking gun goes off, and you accidentally shoot your partner in the leg during a fucking struggle like that, but that's fucking unacceptable. We all know that fucking female shouldn't be cops.
You know something? I'm not going to say the name, but I had a female in my class once, and she actually told me. She was like, I'm the one you heard about. What are you talking about? I'm the one that I hid my gun in my stove and I forgot.
That was in the 5-2 on Bainbridge Avenue.
And this was in northern Manhattan. That's what this one. That it actually shot out of her oven and kept shooting.
Oh, the bullets got hot?
Yeah. And I'm like, first of all, why in God's name are you telling me for? You shouldn't be telling anybody.
Why the fuck are you still employed?
Yeah. Well,
So she kept the job. She hid her gun in the oven.
Yeah, and it went off.
And they fucking turned it on.
Rapid fire. It shot out of the oven, and it kept firing. I had that. I had a female in my old command, a new girl, that she said she put her 9mm on the bench to get dressed, and the gun went off. Now, unless it's a poltergeist, it's fairly hard to do that. Your finger was on the trigger.
We got a call.
Well, let's take the call, see what they have to say.
202?
That's Manhattan.
No, it's DC. How you guys doing?
Good. What's up, man?
Yeah, I had a question. I'm now of the age, I'm over 50, and I have to wear reading glasses for work, but I don't need them to drive. I haven't been to the gun range in a while, only because the last time I shot, now that I'm having to wear reading glasses, I shot for shit. I mean, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Before, I wasn't the greatest shot, but I wasn't half bad. But ever since I've had to wear reading glasses, my shooting has gone to shit. So I haven't been to the range in well over a year and a half, almost 2 years. I figured I'd ask you guys if you had any suggestions.
Well, are you able to see your sights, your front sight, your sight picture? Your front sights are supposed to be in line with your rear sights.
You know what he's talking about? Like the runway, you got the rear sight, you look up.
And you're able to see that clearly?
Yeah. Not exactly. That's the problem. If I put my glasses on when I have in full extension, I can do it, but that's what I think the problem is.
Let me ask you something. Are you shooting a semi-automatic or a revolver?
Semi-auto. I own both a Glock and a Beretta.
Okay. what I usually do, most of the time with everybody when they shoot, the biggest mistake is they anticipate the round going off. So you try to fight the recoil, which you're not supposed to do. You know, when you go to shoot the gun, you actually try to stop it. You're not supposed to do that. Front sight and rear sight are supposed to be aligned. Then you're concentrating on the front sight to be at center mass. Once you're at center mass, you got to let the gun go up. I'm not telling you to drop the gun when it goes off, but you got to hold on to it, let it take the recoil. And then once you're bringing it back down, you get your sights aligned again, and then you aim for center mass again. You understand what I mean?
What about practicing shooting from the hip? You remember that, where you shoot from the foreline? You just take your gun and
wrist on hip.
Wrist on your hip, and just shoot like that. Because the odds are, I don't know if you like, do you have a carry permit?
I sure do, yes.
You see, if you're going to get into a confrontation, it's going to be between 2 and 4 feet. So you should basically practice, wrist on the hip and just firing from there, rapid fire.
Got it.
You also know they got these guys, right? These doctors that they fucking pay a lot of money to go to school, and they're called optometrists. And they'll put a contact in your eye that makes you see. Try that.
Right. That's a great point. All right. Thanks, guys.
They'll give you one reading one and one fucking regular one, so you see like a normal human being instead of like a goblin.
If we skip over and go to video 4, this was a traffic stop, and this guy didn't hand it. If you're going to get shot on the NYPD, it's going to be through traffic stop.
Deadly traffic stop in Fairfax County last month, and it reminds us of the dangers officers face on our streets every day. Our Katie Lusso is walking us through that video.
Now, we did this on Cops the other day, a couple weeks ago, but we're going to review it again.
Chief Kevin Davis says it was this abrupt stop.
That was a heck of a stop, sir.
That raised the first red flag for his officers.
I have a gun and I'm armed, I'll let you know. So why did you pull me over?
Your inspection sticker expired last.
Called Joe Biden.
The officer asks him for his license, his name. The man, who has since been identified by police as Jamal Wally, tells the officer to go back to his car. As the officer calls for backup, Wally tells him he's a father of 4, that he's served in the military, then sets up a camera on his front seat.
So what I'm asking for,
the officer continues to try and talk to him.
Well, it sounds like you're going through a really rough time.
Man, I should have served with Taliban.
As backup arrives,
these are my partners here. They're coming up. I don't want you to get rattled.
You hear the first officer's tone, and his tone was de-escalating in nature.
The man continues to tell the officer not to reach for his gun. He then offers to give an arriving officer something, but immediately pulls his own gun and fires off a single shot, hitting 2 of the officers.
The bullet traveled.
It goes back to tactics. Why is he fucking standing in the fucking window? The guy has a fucking gun. I hate to see a cop get shot, but
why isn't someone? I mean, if that's the case, one of our guys would have had a long gun. And like, yo, look, we're about to bring overwhelming force to this fucking situation. If you fuck around, we're going to canoe your fucking head into pieces.
Yeah,
the problem is these people, and he was actually doing a good job, like trying to calm the guy down and because once the guy was obviously riled the fuck up and he wanted a problem, he looked like this is going to be a suicide by cop. But they also both fucking were terrible in that they stood in a window. Yeah, and he was able to hit 2 of them. That's the fucking worst thing. The guy on the right, the guy on the passenger side was like, he's the best day of his life. He gets to unload his fucking magazine into this guy. But, this could have been a way worse than it ended up being, even though it was bad as it was.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like to me the police officers are catering to this driver too much.
He's trying to be like because of the camera. He's trying to be a social worker. He's trying to be a nice guy.
Pretty much leaning at the door.
But you guys, I'm sorry. Finish.
Usually, you're supposed to, when you get to that front, you're supposed to make sure nobody's in the back seat. Even before that, you're supposed to check the rear trunk to make sure nobody's in there and it doesn't open up. But you're supposed to make it as comfortable as possible when you get to that front seat. That you're actually back more. That he's going to have to twist his body. to see you, and then you get his paperwork.
You guys also retired in the fucking 2000 aughts. Like way, this is a kinder, gentler police department. Yeah, this is post George Floyd.
But here's the problem, though. The problem is these guys in some of these nice neighborhoods, they get too comfortable that they don't think nothing is ever going to happen, and that's when the shit will hit the fan.
That's a nice neighborhood, though, Fairfax.
Well, it can happen. It can happen in any area. Nice Mayberry, it could happen.
New Rochelle, Mayberry.
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't say that. New Rochelle's busy.
These guys are, but your guys are really very. I'm not saying far removed, but you come from a different generation when this was not how you handled fucking car stops. You weren't trying to talk dudes down like you guys be licking their chops to whoop this guy's ass.
I hate to jump ahead, but we do have a shooting here in New Rochelle. Actually, it's called How to Get Out of a Ticket in New Rochelle. It's number 15. So if you're up in New Rochelle, you're up in Westchester County, you get stopped by the cops. The guy's going to probably look like Stiggs. You go over there, no tactics at all.
Handsome, bald, huge cock.
With a huge cock. Well, okay, do they have motorcycle cops in New Rochelle?
They do.
All right, so this is like a motorcycle cop in New Rochelle.
Oh, man.
Look at this fucking guy. No tactics.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. It's okay if I film you, sir? I'm just kind of nervous around police officers.
No, sir, that's quite all right. The reason I'm stopping you is for speeding, sir.
No, sir.
Were you aware you're going that fast?
No, sir, I didn't. Now, let me ask you something,
yes, sir.
officer. Are you aware that today's National Donut Day?
I'm sorry, sir?
Are you aware it's National Donut Day?
No, sir, I'm not.
Yes, sir. Today is National Donut Day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So, is there anything we can do? Warning, anything, sir?
No, sir. No, sir. We strictly enforce the speeding rules out here.
Yes, sir. I understand.
May I see your license, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. Hang on just
Is this a real fucking interaction or this is bullshit?
No, watch. This is how you get out of a ticket. Keep going.
If you wanted to get out, he made the first fucking mistake speaking to that cop like that.
All right. But there's ways to get out of it. Listen. You normally give the New Rochelle cops a couple $100, or there's other ways. He knows how to get out of it. Watch.
Yeah, well, fucking blowy.
Here you go, sir. Will this work for you? I can't seem to find my license, but...
There you go.
This has to be a joke.
You have a good day, sir.
Thank you, officer. I appreciate it very much. Have a good day. Happy National Day.
That would work. It would work. I'm not gonna lie. I would fucking.
Now, if there's a glass of wine, then yeah.
Did you see how fucking delicious that donut looked? Like a big fucking juicy piece of.
I like croissants.
So, if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.